Check, 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 check. Check, check. Check, check. Hey, Winter. Winter. Y'all, Winter is check Winter's Instagram story. She's thirst trapping for the ladies and gents. Funny. Thank you. You know, I figure we all stuck in the house and stuff. I ain't going nowhere. What I'm saving this dress for? Saving it for nothing. Ooh. So I decided to come on here a little bit early to surprise you guys and pull a few cards. So, or one card. So if you want me to pull you a card, hey, Astrovision's Transit Watch. If you want me to pull you a card, thank you. Just say, pull me a card, and I'll pull until it's time for me to start my thing. So just say, pull me a card. Blessed Hands wants me to pull her card. Okay. Thanks, Reedy Reed Boo. Queen of Pentacles and Ten of Swords. Oh, don't be stressing, girl. For you, Blessed Hands, that Ten of Swords here is telling you that with the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom, that really you're beating a dead horse. I don't know what you're worried about, obsessing over, thinking that you can control something. I feel like we had this conversation before, Blessed Hands, that you know, beating a dead horse and overthinking and overanalyzing as if that is going to solve some kind of problem. It's not. This queen is telling you to focus on what is on hand for you. What are your immediate needs, obligations? What is it that you can take care of and handle right now? That's what you need to be focused on. What's real, what's tangible, what you can touch, not what you can think up of a problem or feel like you can solve in your mind. Just let it go. All right, I'm gonna scroll back and get somebody off. You want a smidge more volume? I could do that for you. All right, that should be a smidge more volume for you, I hope. Okay. Let's see. Who wants a card on Maria Sabas on YouTube? Okay, I'm gonna pull your card. I'm only doing this for 10 minutes, so you know, um, and I might not be able to see all of your responses because you guys are coming at me extra hard. So thank you. Hey, oh Nelly Vivi. I can't get to everybody. I got people on YouTube. I got people on Instagram. So I'm gonna catch who I catch. All right, let's see. This is for Maria Sabas. We've got the Fool and we've got Hierophant. Oh, so Hierophant, immediately what came to my mind was going to school, undertaking some coursework, study. Um, I don't know. This looks like abandoning some path you were on in order to start something new, Maria. I don't know if this is going to school. I don't know if this is some type of thing with the government in your country, if you're from America or not. Um, but this looks like if you have some paperwork or something official to do, go for it, take the risk. All right, let's see. I'm gonna try to, I can't even scroll back up. Okay, whoever I see is on the screen. Um, I didn't ask for no questions. Y'all be doing the most. I love you though. Okay, I'm gonna scroll back up. Who is this? Irimski, Irimski. This is for you. Irimski. I don't know what that is. This is for you. Sorry if I can't. All right, Six of Cups. Oh, this looks like some fear of someone or something from the past returning, and that you need to put your boundaries up and don't let them come close emotionally, mentally. Be on guard for someone who may have crossed your boundaries in the past, someone or a situation that uh, left you being defensive in some way. This is saying, to keep your guard up. Um, to protect yourself. Maybe this is some past memory or some past feelings that are emerging. Again, guard yourself emotionally. Boundaries, 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 boundaries. All right, let's see who we got here. Jazz Bonds Jones on YouTube. Thank you, Shay, darling. You guys are all so sweet. Hey, y'all. Just in case one of these goes off, I'm on both Instagram and YouTube. So, Okay, this is for, where'd she go? Jazz Bones Jazz. Okay, let's see. Empress. Ooh. Oh, Empress, Jazz Bones, Jazz. I don't know your gender ID, but the Empress pregnancy. If you've taken a test, yes, you are. Sorry to pull y'all business out there, but you asked. If you are endeavoring to start a business, Jazz Bones Jones on YouTube, tuning in here. If you are, thank you, 8, Coffer 8. If you are starting a business or have some creative idea or endeavor, it is time to actualize, materialize, gather the resources, and put them to use. If you are thinking you are pregnant, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it just at that. Okay. Thank you, Edimski. All right, let's see who's here on Instagram. I'm literally just scrolling until I see somebody. Who is this? Oh, Nelly V on Instagram. Oh, Nelly V. Why y'all be asking to join my live? Like, this is not a group activity. Hi, limited edition. Who did I say this was for? Oh, Nelly V on Instagram. Tuning in on Instagram. All right. Another Queen of Pentacles here. All right. Okay, I'm just going really intuitive here. Thank you, Britta. For O'Nelly V. Is there some kind of budget, something that you need to do? Maybe this is your taxes. If you fear, I'm just going really intuitive here. I know this stuff sound like I'm pulling it out of my butt, but if you've like feared doing your taxes or some kind of budgeting or money thing on your own, do it. You can do it. Do it. You got the magician. Do it, girl. What else is coming up for me? Who is this for? Oh, Nelly V. If you're trying to do something with herbs, food, something of the earth, your hand, this is telling you to do it, that you have the skills and will to do it. Go for it. I don't know, man. It's like a theme here in all of these readings that if you've been sitting on something creative, thank you. If you've been sitting on something creative or some project or something, like, just go ahead and do it. Don't hold back. You got it. This is your moment. All right, let's see. Elizabeth Salgado on YouTube. This is for you. You're welcome, oh Nelly V. Yay! All right. 10 of Pentacles for Oh Nelly V on the bottom. And we've got the 3 of Cups. Okay. This is like family. This is like Elizabeth Salgado, if you want to do something on social media, this is your moment. If you're like a blog, something that's with women, something that needs followers, eyeballs, faces, do it now. This is just really great for the attention of people. This is really great for um, creating community, especially with women or friends. So if that's something that you've been wanting to do, this is the green light for you. Everybody's getting green lights right now, which is so crazy given everything that's going on in the world. All right, who we got? Thank you, Soul Queen Kadaria. Who do we have here? Let's see. J Gabrielle 254 on Instagram. J Gabrielle 254 on Instagram. J Gabriel 254. All right. We've got the um, J Gabriel 254. Moon on the bottom. Ace of Cups. Okay. Um, this is like fear of some kind of emotional something that you're holding in. Fear of expressing an emotion, fear of feeling a feeling, fear of saying how you really feel. And again, do it. This is that your fears are of the unknown. It's not rooted in anything tangible, and that's okay. It's okay that you are afraid, but I don't think it's beneficial for you to hold it in. Do you know what I mean? And not express it. This is saying do it. Okay. Let's see. Evolution of a boss lady. Oh no, I just did YouTube. I'll come back to you. Let's see. You're welcome, Tamara or Tamara. Sorry if I didn't say it right. Um, who else is on here that asked? Way up front. Aria Bot. Aria Bot. This is for you. Aria Bot. Aria Bot on Instagram. And then this will be the last person, and I'm going to do Evolution of a Boss Lady on YouTube. Thanks, boo. I see you, oh, Scotty. Okay. Who did I say this was for? Oh, shoot. You heard your name. I hope you heard it because I forgot what it was. Hold on. Who did I say this was for? I got to scroll back up and find it. Uh, Aria Bot. There we go. This is for you. Aria Bot on Instagram here. Woo! Thank you. I'm glad y'all listening because I done forgot. Six of Pentacles on the bottom. Hierophant. Okay, this is the second person to get the Hierophant here. First thing that comes to mind, unemployment, file for it. Some kind of loan. This doesn't really look like taxes. This, yeah, some kind of unemployment, something here. Uh, Definitely, again, file the paperwork. This is like my file the paperwork, interact with the government, something like that. Do it. Um, I don't know if this is like a loan, if this is uh, a debt or something like that, but it seems like there's some kind of interfacing with the government or other thing that's coming up is if you've been considering starting some kind of crowdsourcing thing like GoFundMe or something like that, do it. Okay. I wanted to do evolution of a boss lady here. If YouTube is trash, please find me on Instagram. I'm sorry, YouTube just really be hating on my desire to go live. So evolution of a boss lady, this is for you. Last one. See, y'all should have came early, and then y'all would have got y'all card pulled. Okay. Okay, I think we're doing it. Don't fall. Okay. Evolution of a boss lady. Evolution of a boss lady. This is for you. We've got the Ten of Pentacles again. Apparently, it's a theme here. And we've got strength. Okay. I'm feeling some vibes here about cultural community pressure here. I'm feeling some vibes here about sharing resources with family, community, wealth, something around those. Um, but uh, having to restrict. Okay, if I'm honest for real, the first thing that came to my mind was this idea of having to conform and kind of do some things that kind of feel uncomfortable at first in order to get the support of some people. I don't know what it is of Evolution of Boss Lady. I'm sure you know on YouTube. Excuse me. Um, I don't know. I can't figure it out. This is the second time. YouTube's just being a hater, and I don't know why. Um, hold on. Let me just tell people. Okay. Okay, I see you, eccentric black woman. Very good. Okay, very good. Let's start. All right. Um, there's so many things that I want to talk about at this new moon, and I've been thinking about it all day. Um, and I've been thinking about the sign Pisces, sidereal Pisces, where this new moon is. And I've been thinking a lot about how I often see this sign show up um, in the charts of people who have grown up with narcissists. And I don't use that term lightly, but I think what I'm really getting at is this idea that, excuse me, there is the emotional power balance is flipped, right? That ideally for a child, the environment changes in response to the needs expressed by the child, right? And um, instead, for Pisces, it is that the child must learn to interpret the environment, right? That the responsiveness now becomes how can I adapt? How can I respond to the emotions of the environment around me? Do y'all see how this can be a challenge, right? Ideally, a child is supposed to be tended to and cared for by in tune caregivers. But instead, Pisces becomes the in tune. Thank you, a rainy day. Um, instead, the Pisces placement child becomes responsive to the environment. And how this relates to what's happening now is Pisces is this sign. Oh, I have so much to say. I hope y'all can bear with me. Okay. Pisces is this sign that's opposed Virgo. So you know me, I like to talk about things in conference and in context and in reference to larger systems. So for Pisces being opposed Virgo, Virgo is very material, evidential, tangible, quantifiable, measurable, data, numbers, analytics, measurable, right? And Pisces is the opposite of that, right? Because oftentimes when we focus so much on what can be calculated, what can be counted, what can be measured, we actually miss the picture, right? So the example I give for this is that for Virgo, Virgo is like walks into a room full of books on shelves, and they say, I hypothesize that this is a library. It appears to be a place that stores books on shelves. However, how many books make up a library, right? And so Virgo gets caught in this numbers game of it is only a library if there are 1,346 books. Up, there's only 1,345. This can't be a library, right? That there is this measurable data obsession that we have to have the numbers in order for something to make sense to be true. And if I don't have the numbers, then I can't account for it. It can't be true. Except for Pisces is like, I don't need to count every single book in this library to know that it's a library. I don't need to count every book in this room to know that it's a library. My word for Pisces, where the sidereal new moon is today, is intangible knowing. That's knowing without perceiving with your eyes. It's knowing without physical evidence. It's knowing by feeling. It's knowing by an aggregate of experience rather than a a a rather than tangible. Um, and telescope, I'm specifically not saying intuition here because uh, Pisces is is instinctual. Oh, thank you, Winna. That Pisces is instinct. Whenever we're talking about a water sign, water is the source of life. It is biology. It's physiological. It's something that is in your body. There is a physiological correspondence happening in this thing to relate to an experience or what's happening, right? So when we talk about instinct, we're talking about something that is physiological. It's something physical in the body. It's the nervous system. It's all of the systems coming together. And so Pisces really teaches us that in addition to the body communicating to itself about itself, hormonal cycles that communicate hunger, hormonal cycles that communicate sleepiness, uh, communication between the brain and the stomach, the gut, the uterus and the pituitary gland, and all of these different internal communications, right? There is also the body as communicating to us about something outside of us, right? And this is where Pisces comes in, that the same feeling in our stomach that might feel like hunger can also be anxiety. The same feeling that can feel, goosebumps can be cold, but it can also be a sense of wonder and synchronicity. You understand here? So Pisces is really this way that the body is also an instrument of knowing, not just a physiological, biological unit of organs, eat, sleep, drink, poop, wake, right? That the body is a barometer. It is something that translates and articulates and interprets the environment, right? There's a permeability between the body and its internal processes and the external world. I'm hoping that you can see here the connections between this Pisces thing and what's going on in the world right now. That we're all so caught up in the data and the numbers. And we're watching these numbers and we're like, once we get to 345 deaths, now I'll be scared, right? This also piggybacks on, if you didn't see my video on Saturn death and the astrology of the coronavirus, I talked about how, in my theory, this virus actually emerged September, October of 2019 at the new moon in Virgo, right? And would only make sense for me that we would reach some kind of poignant culmination at the full moon in Virgo, which is going to be August 7th, which means that this new moon in Pisces is very, very, very significant to this whole cycle. So this idea that once we reach a certain number, then we can call it something, instead of really paying attention to the pattern, watching what other humans are doing as a way to communicate the truth of what's happening, right? And this is what Pisces is about, that even when people did not communicate to you verbally and directly and literally, you were still being able to know because you can pick up on. It's kind of like no one is saying that you should be afraid, right? This can be an example of now or in someone's childhood and of Pisces, that no one is articulating and saying out loud that you should be afraid. But you're able to pick up on people's body language, their tone of voice, changes in their moods, their behaviors, and that's communicating something to you. Something's not right here. I don't know, people are acting kind of funny, right? That even the behavior of other humans is something that can communicate something to you. And you don't need people to say things verbally to you in order for you to perceive the truth. So at this new moon, we're really thinking about can we fully um, how can we fully um, know and comprehend this moment? Can we close our eyes to the numbers? Can we close our eyes to the data? This really fits in with my larger story of mutable madness, right? Um, if you're new here, which I know so many of you are, and I'm so grateful for you guys, thank you so much. That mutable madness is uh, uh, the story of Saturn in Sagittarius, which is now gone, but now Jupiter in Sagittarius, eclipses in Gemini and Sagittarius, and then bringing in Virgo and Pisces because these are the other mutable signs. All mutable signs articulate, translate, and interpret using the element of their sign. So obviously, Gemini is air, so they're translating, articulating, and communicating using words as symbols to stand in place for actual objects or ideas, right? Then we have Virgo, again, another mercurial sign that uses numbers to translate, articulate, and interpret with symbols to stand for physical, measurable qualities of reality. Okay. Then we get to Sagittarius, and this is translating, interpreting, and articulating the will through action. This is the intention and motivation of the will. You have to translate and articulate that, find the most accurate corresponding action to embody what the will is trying to actualize. And then, of course, we get to Pisces, which is water, biology, that the body itself can translate, articulate, and interpret something about the world around it, that the very systems and sensations, nervous system in your body can communicate something to you about the external world. So at this moment, we are really torn between Sagittarius and Pisces and soon to be Virgo, right? We're torn between our beliefs about what is possible, our political will, our moral convictions, our religious convictions, and how that can tell us how to interpret things. Because this is about our identity staying solid and us interpreting what's happening in the world around us in order to reinforce our existing belief systems. But what happens when you have zero reference point for what's happening in the world? Right? What happens when there are things occurring and you're required to take actions that don't have a real reference point of experience for you? The whole point of mutable signs is that you change and adapt in the face of new information and experiences, right? So here we are at this moment, right? And we're talking about how you can know even when the words and numbers that are being spoken to you don't reflect the truth. And intangible knowing actually requires you to discern truth beyond what is being said, beyond what you have evidence for. Oftentimes, when people have Sun in Pisces, they can be kind of conspiracy theorists or people who don't take their own perceptions at face value, that they're constantly looking for that deeper meaning that should, right? They're constantly looking for the hidden message, often because there were hidden messages, right, in the home. And this goes for any placement. So at this new moon, I am really thinking so much and asking you all so much about what is the thing that you know that you have, that the evidence might be contrary to. Personally, for me, I'm looking around at the fact that I'm most certain that in the United States right now, we have surpassed China in number of cases of COVID-19. And this is because they've made it clear that testing is not a priority. And since testing is not a priority, we know that we're not even counting. One of the things that I talked about last year when we got to Virgo season, which in retrospect is likely when this virus actually emerged, was that stories are better than facts, right? This is so true. This is the advertising industry. This is marketing. This is everything. Stories are better than facts. People love for you to reinforce their existing belief systems about who they are and the way their world works over facts, right? Over facts. Facts are what? Who cares, right? No one cares about number. We can't even wrap our mind around, 50,000 people having a disease. If you don't know anybody personally who has it, it doesn't make sense to you. Thank you, Ezra. Right? So when we are trying to find truth, which was really the core of this whole mutable madness thing, redefining truth, when we're trying to find truth, we can come at it from different ways. We can find language, right? And consensus, which is Gemini. We can measure it against our myths and stories, our identity and belief systems, which would be Sagittarius. We can measure it, right? We can count it, quantify it, and that would be Virgo. But at this moment, it's so important for you to tap into your intangible knowing. One last thing, this new moon is so important because anything happening in Pisces, including this new moon, including Mercury entering Pisces in a couple of weeks, is giving us a preview of Mars retrograde in Pisces. Mars is going to enter Pisces, hold on, July. Mars is going to enter Pisces. When is this? Maybe it's June. When does it happen? Mars enters Pisces June 18th. If you're wondering what I'm looking at, this is my iCals in my phone. So you can go to my online store and get all of the transits, planetary sign changes, aspects, new moon, full moons, eclipses, and moon sign changes in the sidereal zodiac from my store. They're just $3 each. Shop.thepeoplesoracle.com. I use them obviously. Anyways, June 18th, Mars is going to enter Pisces. Mars is going to jump into Aries August, and then it's going to go back into Pisces in September and stay there until the very end of the year. Um, so yes, so this is so important to some of our longer term, bigger stories of this year, intangible knowing and instinct, this really this necessary distrust of what you're being told and what you have evidence for. You can only get to the truth through numbers if you're counting the right thing. I'm going to say that again. You can only get to the truth through numbers if you're counting the right thing. Who gets to decide what we're even counting, right? We cannot divorce that from our ability to get to accurate conclusions during using numbers. So we're all being challenged to refine our intangible knowing, to have a healthy sense of distrust and skepticism, to look for the deeper reasons why. Always ask why. If they give you a number, why? Who counted, right? Who decided? Thank you, Psalms of Shar. All right, let's see here. We're pulling some cards. This is my golden thread tarot deck. Again, sorry to my people on YouTube. YouTube has been hating on my ability to live stream, and I don't know why. I'll have to check the settings or something like that. So let's pull some cards here. I hope that was cohesive and made sense for y'all. I really tried. This Pisces energy has me feeling just a little bit of woo woo. And I'm trying to like come down into my body, and it's very challenging. Also had 3 clients today, so I'm floating up there, guys, but I'm going to try to come down for y'all. All right. Card on the bottom is our context and reference point for everything. Um, 9 of Pentacles. What a card to have at this moment. The 9 of Pentacles. This is a card of I hate the word abundance, and so I'm not gonna say it. Um, this is a card of material security. This is a card of having what you need. Um, Golden Thread Tarot, sorry. This is a card of having what you need materially: food, shelter, maybe some clothes. Um, no, y'all missed it. Hold on. Let me just type this again for y'all. YouTube is, why are my caps locks on? YouTube is a hater. Find me on IG at People's Oracle. RACLE. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, so, I love provisions. I love that word. Come on, friend. Come on with the amen corner, right? Yes, provisions. I love that word. Provisions is being provided for. Provisions is having on hand the material goods that you need. Sometimes it's working for it and earning it. Other times it's just being given to you and being taken care of. I know what this is going to be about, and I can't wait for these cards to tell us all about it. Ooh, I can't wait. I already know what this is about. I already know. Ooh. Y'all remember the Bankhead bounce? I feel like Maya. What was that video? Um, you know I wear a size 4. Oh, what was that song? I remember she was in my dream last night too. That's wild. 2 of Wands. 5 of Wands. And 9 of Wands. Wow. Let's do that again. 2 of Wands. 5 of Wands. And 9 of Wands. This is such a freaking yes. Thank you, Wildflower Child. I knew somebody would know what I was talking about. 3 wands. This is so wild. This is so much about intention, power, authority, boundaries, will, protection. Let's go through each of these cards. 2 of Wands. This is the Dominion and Authority card. I'm gonna just tell y'all straight up front because I knew what this was gonna be about when that 9 of Pentacles came on the bottom. I'm just gonna tell y'all up front what this is about. This is about what? I can't help you right now because I'm doing my video. This is about sorry, my child is why y'all gotta come with all of this stuff? Okay, let's just pause this real quick and let's these conspiracy theories, martial law. Let me tell you this. There's not going to be any martial law. Nothing about this is a conspiracy. The only conspiracy is that white people wanted a king, and so they voted for Trump, and now they got their stupid king, and I hope they behead him. End of story. Anyways, 2 of Wands, 5 of Wands, and 9 of Wands. 2 of Wands is about authority, Power, domain. Oh, I was telling y'all what this was all about, and then I got distracted. This is all about entitlement. I know y'all don't like that word, and it came up last time, but I'm gonna make y'all like that word. I'm gonna make y'all like it. You all are going to like it. You're gonna love it, and you better learn to like it, because the problem is you don't like it, right? Right? What did Reed say? I missed it. Oh, um, entitlement. Come on, everyone. Say it with me. You're at home, you're watching this. I want you to say this word out loud. Everybody with me. Entitlement. All right? Entitlement is audacity, gall, chutzpah, balls, right? Entitlement is because I said so, because I can, and because I must. Entitlement does not ask for permission. Entitlement does not wait to see what other people are doing. Yes, nerve. I like that. Entitlement does not um, uh, tarry. It does not wait. It does not hesitate. Um, you know where I'm going, Silo Cinnamon, right? Gumption. Yes, come on, MF and nerve. Y'all better come with it, right? Entitlement is I deserve for no other reason than because I am. Period. End of sentence. There's no convincing, there's no rationalizing, there is no preaching and posturing and I hope you and I wish you and please can you, will you. Wrong. Um, I really don't want this to go too political because I want to give you guys something really personal that you can use, but I just cannot help what they tell me to say. I can't help it. And they're telling me to say that you are entitled to the things that you need to live and survive. You are entitled to food and shelter. You are entitled to good health. You are entitled to community. You are entitled to connection. You are entitled to love. You are entitled to belonging. You are entitled to all of the goods and services that are provided by the federal government because your state pays taxes to the federal government. Right? You are entitled to food and shelter. You do not have to earn any of those things. There is absolutely no reason why, at this moment in history, anyone on this planet should be hungry. There is absolutely no reason why anyone should be homeless. Now it's very clear that we could have housed the homeless all along. Look how quickly they got them off the streets. Look how quickly they put them up in homes and houses, right? Right? Look how quickly. I feel like I'm saying all of this for what? What kind of movement, mass action is required for this to really have deep meaning and efficacy? Yet here we are with all of these wands. This Nine of Wands here, this is a fortress of protection. And it is the gumption and the audacity that provides this protection. In order to even have boundaries, you have to be entitled to feeling safe. I'm going to say that again because I don't think y'all heard me. In order to have boundaries, you must embrace an entitlement to feel safe. Let me ask you, do you feel entitled to safety? Do you feel entitled to it? Do you feel entitled to health, protection? Do you feel entitled to that? I don't think you do. I don't I don't think you do. I know I struggle with it. And partly how I know that you don't feel entitled to it because you constantly put yourself in situations where you're in harm's way. And it's not always your fault. You choose from what you have. Um, Very loudly, I hear in my head right now, don't allow yourself to be gaslit. And I need you to explain this to your friends, and I need you to explain this to everyone. Gaslighting is abuse. It's abuse. It's emotional abuse. It is psychological abuse. It's physical abuse too, because your nervous system goes haywire when you know without a shadow of a doubt the truth and somebody keeps telling you a lie. When you know it's raining, you check the weather, you brought your umbrella, and that nigga still telling you, oh wait, I didn't do that right. What is it? Don't piss on my foot and tell me it's raining, right? They gave you a umbrella to protect you from their piss. That's wild. But it's true. It's true. This Five of Wands in the middle. Oh man. Sagittarius just won't let us go. Did y'all see my tweet? I said we've reached critical mass. I think we're here now. I think we've arrived. I feel like we've been churning and churning since January 2017, and we got all mad and we done protested and we've taken to the streets and we elected a bunch of women to Congress all over the world to our parliaments, right? Um, we've done it. We shook our fist. We argued about health care and who should have it. And if you like your doctor, you should keep your doctor. And if you don't want your doctor, you can get another doctor and blah, blah, blah. And 1+1 = $45 million for the death panels, right? We've done all of that over and over and over again. But eventually, oh my gosh, everyone is being such a hater right now. Even Instagram is pausing me. Um, Over and over and over again, we keep rehashing our beliefs and we keep fighting over the truth, right? We keep fighting over it. And at some point, man, I mean, I come up with these phrases and they're just real true. The phrase is the consequence of conviction. You don't get to hold your beliefs in your head and keep telling stories about them without having to put your foot to the pavement, put some skin in the game, and make it do what it do. You don't get to do that, right? Not if Capricorn comes after Sagittarius, and not if at this new moon in Pisces, Jupiter is still in Sagittarius, and Saturn and Mars are in Capricorn, and Jupiter is about to enter Capricorn on March 29th. You don't get to have beliefs that are just ideas. You don't get to preach and preach and preach and preach and preach and not have to live it. So the truth is like, are you gonna live it? Right now, let's just be real. Let's just be really real right now. There are a whole bunch of people who did not watch my full moon video called Daddy's Issues and who gets to determine what vision, whose vision, let me say that again. A whole bunch of people for sure did not watch my full moon and Leo video, Daddy Issues, whose vision determines what you see, right? A whole bunch of people did not watch that because I promise you, there are people who are letting their corrupt government officials, their pastor, and other authority figures gaslight them and tell them that there is no virus. It's a hoax. You're going to be fine. Just kill all of the old people. Do you understand that people give over the authority of their own perceptions to the point that they are willing to kill themselves? It's suicide at that point, right? Right. Now, you all aren't those people. You guys are not the people who just let anybody tell you who you are, that you don't wait for somebody to give you permission to interpret what you're seeing. You don't do that, right? You all have your own inner moral compass that guides you. You are in touch with your intangible knowing that gives you access to a truth that can't be measured and can't be counted. And so you act accordingly. But also, all of this Capricorn is coming. Oh, it's here and more is coming, right? All of this Capricorn is about the consequence of conviction. So even all of us who've been rah, 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 Elizabeth Warren and Biden and Sanders, this and Kamala Harris and who and Shot John and Andrew Yang, right? We've all been arguing over how far left we should go. But the consequence of conviction means that necessity determines what you really believe. When it really gets down to it, I don't really care who you believe you are, right? I really, Saturn doesn't care. Saturn doesn't care about your belief system and your identity and you're a Christian and Jesus said and the blood of the lamb and go on to your heaven, please. The rest of us are trying to survive and live. You understand what I'm saying? And so if you must give up the authority to see things as they are in order to maintain your identity or belief system, Saturn's got a word for you. It's true. It's true. There's 5 of Wands here. Do you see that singular sword, the singular wand here, going, straight with that? That's that entitlement. That's that. He ain't holding back. Ain't no hesitation here. He said 5 wands, 4 wands against my wand. Let's go. Right? Come at me, bro. That's what that 1 wand is saying. It's saying, come at me, bro. Actually, it's saying, I'm coming at you. Right? Because this is really about intention bringing clarity of action. This is about some kind of internal something that needs to manifest and come forth. And when you tap into that, that means you got to really stop looking around for confirmation. And you have to stop looking around for affirmation. You have to stop waiting for someone to agree with you, right? That there's a time for consensus, and trust me, it's coming because Venus is going to be in Taurus for 4 months. But there's a time for consensus. There's a moment for seeking validation and acceptance and belonging, right? There's a time for that, but it's not now. Just hold tight for just a minute, okay? The time now is, and this is the truth. This is the truth. Those of us who have been social distancing, self quarantining, isolating, whatever it was, for like 2 or 3 weeks now, like we just did not wait for other people to agree with us, right? We were able to tap into the authority of our own perceptions and judgments and saying, I know what's true. I don't care what all of y'all other folks doing. You can go bounce with that Rona, but it's not going to be me. That's entitlement. That's entitlement to survival and safety. In that sense, an abundance of caution is much better than, going out and trying to wait and see. You ain't trying to wait and see, right? So I want you all to see that so many of you have already tapped into this sense of entitlement, and it doesn't take a grand action in order to embody this thing that's happening here. I really feel like, this is social distancing. He up in his fortress all by his lonesome, like, y'all stay over there, out there, and I'm gonna be over here with me. But I think that it's deeper than that because there are real political consequences here. I tweeted this